I'm like oddly nervous for this. It's weird. Hey, what's up you guys? So exactly a year ago today, on this date, I made one of the most important decisions I think I've ever made in my entire life. And I actually mean that. Like, I feel like that may have been the biggest decision I've ever made in my entire life. Exactly 1 year ago today, I posted my coming out video on YouTube. And so basically, I just kind of want to sit down with you guys and talk about that. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, whew, I don't know, I feel like so like weird and nervous. This is such like it's a thing I don't talk about a lot on my channel. And people always ask me why that is. Like, why don't I talk about it a lot? But so yeah, I just kind of want to sit down without like a script, without like any bullet points, and just really kind of open up to you guys and talk to you about what life is like for me 1 year after I've come out. So let me just start off by saying thank you for all the support you guys have given me after coming out. Coming out for me was oddly amazing. I had heard so many horror stories about coming out, about that people may not like you or family members will reject you, but for me, it really hasn't been that type of situation. I have had a very, very smooth coming out experience, and I feel like it's important to highlight that to you guys, that it's not always bad. Sure, it is bad sometimes, and that's really unfortunate, but I've had a really great coming out experience. I'm gonna ramble a lot in this video, but I just kinda wanna go all over the place. So I first thought about, like really thought about being gay at around age 13, and I was so terrified of those thoughts, and I really quickly pushed them away, and they kept coming back over the years, and I kept thinking about it really frequently, but I didn't verbalize that I was gay up until, it's been 2 years now, about 2 years. I was 20 years old, almost 21 years old, until I had really verbalized that I was gay, that I had come out to anybody, that I'd even talked about this to anybody. It was such a taboo topic for me, and I avoided it at all costs. But as soon as I said it, and as soon as I came out to that first person, it was so relieving that I just did it more and more. I quickly came out to more friends. I quickly came out to my family. I quickly came out to relatives, my grandma. Well, my mom told my grandma, but like I talked to my grandma about it now. And it was so quick and so smooth. I think I came out to like the most important people in my life within 6 months after coming out to the first person. Can't talk, I'm a little bit tongue-tied. So that was really quick, and every single person that mattered to me went well. Every single one. I can't think of one person that took it badly. I can't think of one person like in my entire life that I've ever had to come out to that's taken it badly. Sure, there's probably some that I don't know about, or some people that I don't really talk to a lot, but the ones that I've had to do it to have all been great. But yeah, so the reason I posted a coming out video on YouTube, and this is a question I get a lot, is it's for a couple reasons. I posted a coming out video because coming out videos were such an important part of my coming out process. I watched so many coming out videos. I'm gonna get comfy now. I watched so many coming out videos. I watched them all 10 times over, and that was how I became comfortable with myself. And that was how I came out to that first person. Before I came out to that first person, I remember watching like every coming out video again that night, specifically because they like empowered me so much. So I really wanted to give back to that community, and I really wanted to help any of you guys, my audience, that were struggling with a similar thing. And it really has done just that. I feel like every time I go to a meet and greet, or every time I meet someone on the street, or every time I do anything involving my audience, someone talks about that to me and says that that video was super important to them. I have relatives or friends of friends that like reach out and say that video was very important to them. Even if it wasn't a similar thing they were going through, it was still like an important video to them. So it was great, and posting that video, I don't regret it for a second. I think it may just be one of the best things I've ever done with my YouTube channel, with my life. And I also posted it for another reason. I posted it because I wanted to be what I am now. I wanted to be happy, and I wanted to be confident, and I wanted to be comfortable 24/7. I can't tell you how great it is to be able to just bring up boys in a conversation, or if someone is talking about boys and I can just chime in, or I can now use gender pronouns, because before I used to use they and their because I was afraid of it, or I would use her because I was in the closet, but like I used to avoid using gender pronouns in videos or in specific situations just because I didn't want to talk about boys. But now that I'm completely openly gay, I can do that, and I feel so comfortable all the time. It may not make sense to you if you haven't gone through a similar thing, but it's just so nice to be able to say whatever you want and not be afraid that people are gonna judge you for it. But I will say, right after posting that coming out video, it wasn't like this. Like, I didn't immediately post the video and I wasn't like perfectly happy, carefree, amazing. When I posted the video, I was terrified. I was scared and I was nervous for like weeks afterwards. It wasn't a quick fix. It took a while to feel fully like it had happened. It took a while to kind of become an openly gay person. And it still kind of is a learning curve to me, to be honest. Even a year later, I still feel like it's strange to say the word gay. It feels strange to say, and I'm still getting used to it in a weird way. But yeah, after I posted the coming out video, the best way to explain it is that I just felt naked. Like, think of your biggest secret, your deepest, darkest secret that you've never told anybody, and then think about telling it to, I think the video has like 10 million views now, like 10 million people. It was scary, and since the video got so many more views than I thought it would, it was even more scary. I remember one specific situation where I had like finally left my house, like I'd finally stopped hiding in my house, and I went to get a coffee down the road, and the barista gave me my coffee, and as I was walking out, he said, "Hey, by the way, congrats on coming out." And I like ran out of that shop because I was like, oh my God, the whole world knows, everyone knows. My secret is out. And it's exactly what I wanted, but it was just weird that it had happened. So yeah, it took a while to become comfortable, and it's still taking a while to fully become comfortable. Switching topics, I've become more comfortable within the last couple months that I've started joining and promoting and attending LGBTQ plus events and organizations. I felt nervous to do anything in that realm because I didn't feel like I quite belonged just yet. Even though that kind of sounds silly, but I just didn't feel like I could contribute, or I didn't feel like I was ready, and I also just didn't feel like I would be fully like accepted in that community yet since I was so new. I felt like the new kid at school essentially. But now, a year later, I've attended a lot of events and I've promoted some organizations, and it's just been great. It's been great, and I can't wait to do more of that. A question I also get a lot too is what's daily life like after coming out? Like, not how do you feel, but like what happens? So one thing about coming out is that you don't just come out once. You have to come out a lot of times. I still find myself a year later coming out to random people on a daily or a weekly basis. Even if it's just as simple as being at a friend's party and having to slip the term boy in there, or he, or something. I just have to I slip those types of things into the conversation to let that person know that I'm gay, if I find it appropriate. Like, I don't just go around being like, I'm gay, I like boys. Like, I don't do that, but like, if need be, I do it. And it's kind of like a talent learned. I've gotten better at it. Like, instead of saying I'm gay, I will just talk about boys. Or I'll say, oh yeah, I dated this guy one time, I did this. Or blah, 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 guys, boys. And then they know. And it was definitely like an awkward thing at first, and I used to avoid it so much. I used to, even after I was openly gay, after I made the video, I still used to avoid it a lot. But now I'm getting better at it and I'm way more comfortable with it, and I kind of don't really think of the potential consequences of doing something like that. It just is become so normal to me that I don't even think that sometimes people don't like gay people, which is another weird topic for me. It's strange to me because I live in Los Angeles, and Los Angeles is a really LGBTQ plus friendly city. Los Angeles is a city. California as a state is really friendly. So it's easy. I can like hold a boy's hand and I won't really have to think much about it. Or again, I can like come out to someone and I really won't have to think much about it. But I travel a lot, so I have to make sure I'm aware of that because some places aren't as friendly as California and Los Angeles. Even when I go back home to Minnesota and I'm with like friends of friends that I've never met or friends, relatives that I've never met, I kind of avoid the topic sometimes because I'm afraid that it'll like make that person uncomfortable, or I don't know their view on being gay. So I just I still, a year later, avoid it because I'm afraid that it could go wrong or it could be awkward or uncomfortable. I never like deny my sexuality, I just don't bring it up. And it's still a weird topic to me. Like, it feels really wrong to do that, but I don't know, I do it, that's the truth. But yeah, that's pretty much what my life has been like a year after coming out. It has honestly been incredible. I feel like a completely different person than I was a year ago. Not only do I feel more happy and comfortable and confident, I feel oddly more like open to difference and diversity. And I feel more educated on difference and diversity. And I just feel like I've become a more well-rounded person because I've accepted this part of me. And I've learned so much about this part of me in just a year's time. And for the record, I feel incredibly fortunate to have had the coming out experience that I've had. I see so many sad stories from people online and in the news about coming out situations that didn't go so well. And it breaks my heart that people can be like that to other people. And I'm gonna get a little teary-eyed. And yeah, it's something that I don't think I'll ever understand. I don't know how people can't accept other people for just being different. Whatever type of difference it is, I don't get it. And it really saddens me that there are people in the world that can't accept everyone for who they are. I feel sad for those people who are racist, who are homophobic, who are sexist. I feel really sad for you. You're missing out on a whole big, wide world, a spectrum of different types of people, and I'm sorry that you're gonna miss out on that in life because it's great. It's really, really, really great that everyone is unique. Wow, I don't know how I got into that motivational speech, but coming out has been great for me. I feel happy, I feel healthy, I feel like I'm going nowhere but up in my life right now. And if you watching this, one of my viewers, a complete stranger, one of my friends, one of my family have contributed to that, thank you. My life has been forever changed purely by that coming out video and by the smooth process that I've had. And I can't wish that enough for everyone else. To anyone watching, it can go really well. It really can. I feel like I have an absolutely amazing life and such a bright future, and I wish that for every person in the world. I wish everyone happiness. I really do. I just wish everyone were happy, and that's such a sappy thing to say, but I really, really do. If you guys have any more questions about what my coming out experience has been like, or if you have any more questions about the LGBTQ+ community, leave them in the comments down below, and maybe I'll do another video like this. But yeah, I love you guys. I hope you're having a great week. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time. Bye!